Hi everybody, so today we are here to see 4 breeder queens from Lutz. I haven't inspected them for a while. I just saw the acceptance and then have been feeding them, so that's pretty much it. So let's see how they are doing. We have 2 that have been treated with oxalic acid, and those 2 have not been treated. Be careful with them. So plenty of stores. Just give them a little bit of syrup today, but very little. Let's see if we can work with them without much smoke. That's another frame with stores. I'll give them a bit of smoke. Yeah, otherwise, this time of the season, we know how it is. Another frame with stores. They have plenty of stores. Definitely don't need much for now. That's one frame with some brood and brood and eggs. I'm going to put my vest, my mask on, because it is windy, and this time of the season, if you don't use a bit more smoke, we know what happens. These are very protective, especially when we have been feeding. So it's a nice frame of brood. And there she is. She has lost her mark, but we can see this. There she is here. Okay, looking good. Not much that we need to ask from them. Plenty of stores. They don't need stores actually. I mean, don't need feed at this point. I'm pretty much on top of them in terms of feeding, and what needs is just a little bit of pace, just something for them to be entertained. It will be interesting to see the difference on those other 2 that have not been treated with oxalic acid. That will be interesting to see in terms of brood, if they have more brood or not. Yeah, same story here with in terms of nectar. Beautiful frames with stores. Such a pity I don't have someone doing the recording. be much easier and better than this. This one, from its appearance, looks to have more brood, and yes, it has, than the other one. But that's a beautiful frame of brood. Of course, there are different genetics. They are not all the same, and depends on what we want. We have to choose, even within the breeder queens, the ones that suits us best or better for what we want to do. We want to make splits. They want, new colonies. They want big colonies. For example, if you want to do packages and have big colonies that have lots and lots of bees, that allows you to take frames of brood from time to time and make a lot of splits. Yeah, especially if you feed and give protein. So that's the third frame of brood. Not much smoke needed, but still a little bit. Otherwise, it's a problem. But this one has 4 frames of brood and 2 frames of stores. And there she is. Right. Hope you can see this. There she is here in the corner. So definitely this one will be a line that I will choose to produce how do you say, queens, to produce nukes, to produce packages, to produce more bees. Doesn't mean that it will not work well on honey production, but what you have to do is, I was saying before, it's really each queen will have a different behavior, different genetics, and we really need to see what suits us best. I don't want all the colonies that I have to produce loads and loads of bees and not be, how shall I put it, not be with good management in terms of their stores. So that's definitely not what I want on my bees, and they aren't. They are pretty good, generally speaking. So okay, so this is the first one. They were all introduced at the same time. All these 4 nukes were made at the same time, but they have been fed at the same time, but these 2 have not been treated. This is 2 nukes for a friend of mine that asked me to make these splits for him. So that's not my queens, these 2. I have more breeder queens on another location, but these 2 are from a friend that asks specifically not to treat. He's assessing the queens and seeing their characteristics, doing tests. There she is, the queen. So these queens have VSH behavior, so varroa resistance. That's another frame of brood. Very beautiful brood. It's very healthy. You don't see any little holes that could indicate varroa. That's another frame. That's 3 frames. 4 frames, 4.5 frames, and another one with stores. So this first one is pretty much like the other two. The first one had a little bit less brood. I think it's because when I started feeding, I gave the colony too much feed, and I might have blocked the nest, because once I inspected the colony and there was no much space for the queen to lay, so there you go. I might have given at a certain point a bit too much syrup. This one out of the 4, this one was the strongest some time ago when we had that heat wave, but now it's the same. Apparently it's the same strength as the others. Let's see how they are. So those two first nukes, they have been treated 3 times already, and these 2 have not been treated once. So the question is it because they are varroa resistant, that they are how do you say, managing well varroa, or it's just a coincidence? But I'm not going to treat these 2. I was asked not to, so I'm not treating. Yeah, there is brood hatching, first frame. Second frame. Third frame. Beautiful frames. And there is the queen. Again. Come on, lady. There she is at the top. Beautiful frames of brood. That's what we want. Okay, she's in. Yeah, and another frame that had brood and has hatched, and the queen is laying. So another 4 frames of brood. So at this point they are all pretty much at the same stage in terms of strength and in terms of what they are doing. 4 frames of brood and 2 with stores. You just have to be careful is not neglecting the food. So they have stores, but I'm going to give them, probably as I'm here, I'm going to give them all the colonies just a little bit, just about a liter of syrup. It's enough. So the ivy is still on. There's a lot of pollen coming in, so it's quite there is quite the resources available in terms of stores and a little bit that is coming in. So we now can inspect this one. These were late splits. Let's have a quick look and see how they are doing. These ones at a certain point are a bit light, and when I went away they should have been fed a bit more, so they need more. That frame has started on one side, but because the 5th frame is a bit of a fat frame, it's not allowing them to continue to draw much more on that side, on one of the sides. So these ones are looking also good. One frame with hatched brood. Nice frame with brood, and there's the queen. It's quite nice, this new marking system with the plastic that we have now from La Fenice. It's quite nice. Hope it lasts. We don't have to be worried about marking queens. That would be marvelous. Yeah, more. And another frame with stores. Yeah, so what we're going to do here is, it's a beautiful day. We're going to just feed now, and then later on come back and do another round of treatments. I'm on my 4th round now, and then I stop for a month, then check things to see how things are. Okay, I'm not sure the quality of the video, but that's the best I could do on my own. Okay, boys and girls, catch up on later.